Hi, my name's Jo Bowler and I'm a professor at Stanford. So what is number sense? Let's think about a problem. Let's think about 18 times 5. A student with number sense could solve this in many ways. For example, they might say, I know 20 times 5 is 100, and I know 2 times 5 is 10, and I'll take 10 away from 100, which gives me 90. We can visually represent that, and visual connections are really important for our brain. So what would that look like? If I drew 18 times 5 as a rectangle like this, we could represent 20 times 5 by saying it would be a slightly bigger rectangle, and we'd subtract this blue part. Another way to think about 18 times 5 is to say it's actually equivalent to 9 times 10. And the visual representation of 9 times 10 is kind of interesting. If our 18 times 5 rectangle looks like this, then our 9 times 10 rectangle would look like this. And that 9 times 10 rectangle has the same area as the 18 times 5 rectangle. A third way I might solve this is to say, well, I know 9 times 5 is 45, and I can do that twice to give me my 18 times 5. And that visual would look like this. There's our 18 times 5 rectangle, and this time I worked out 9 times 5 and 9 times 5. And there we have those two rectangles. A fourth way to solve this is somebody might say that they want to break up the 18 to work out 10 times 5 and then 8 times 5 and add those solutions together. And the visual of that is, if this is our 18 times 5 rectangle, then we can find our 10 times 5 and 8 times 5 rectangles, and they would look something like this. Another way, a fifth way of solving it, is not to think of 5 18s, but to break that up and to think of 2 18s are 36, and then we have another 2 18s are 36, and add on a single 18 to give us 90. And that visual looks a little different to our others. So if we have our 18 times 5 rectangle, this time we've broken up the 5 into a 2, a 2, and a 1. So we've seen 5 different methods for 18 times 5. Can you find different ways of solving 12 times 9, both numerically and visually? The variety of methods we see is part of the beauty and creativity in maths. All problems can be solved in different ways, and we should embrace that. Number flexibility, being able to work with numbers and see what they are made of and combine them in different ways, is an important part of number sense. If you'd like to see and learn more, come to UCubed.